Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from Group 4 will present material about preschool pragmatic and semantic development.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amalia Rahmah. Preschool Development. At the age of 3, a child has developed their imaginative ways of playing with objects or toys. The two linguistic aspects of a child have reflected in speech, which are adult intonation and swearing. At the age of 4, a child has increased their movement control. A child is also capable of copying simple capital letters with his dominating hand. Memory enhancement assists in telling short stories that are supported by a child's language skill. Overall, 4 years old children are very sociable and have developed language skill and short-term memory, though somewhat limited conversationalist. Pada umur 3 tahun, anak mulai mengembangkan imajinasinya dalam bermain. Ada 2 aspek linguistik yang tercermin dalam cara anak berbicara, yaitu intonasi orang dewasa dan umpatan. Pada umur 4 tahun, kontrol gerakan mereka lebih matang dari sebelumnya. Peningkatan ingatan anak juga berperan banyak dalam pengembangan bahasa mereka. Pragmatic Development. When a child has begun to expand their social networks, they will transform themselves and become aware of social standards. Through preschool, a child will perfect their speaking skills. Even though they have learned to take turns in communication, the number of turns is limited. The output of their language skill through the preschool is more significant than before. The same routine conversation format will help the child improve their cognitive and knowledge ability to speak of non-existent reference previously. Furthermore, child monologues also develop, such as verbal fantasies and songs. Then, this monologue will turn into a social one. The children will start conversation with their peers. Saat anak sudah mulai mengeksplorasi sosialnya, mereka akan mengubah diri mereka dan menjadi peka akan dunia sekitarnya. Kemampuan berbahasa mereka semakin berkembang melalui masa prasekolah ini. Pada usia ini, anak biasanya sudah mulai bermonolog, contohnya tentang fantasi verbalnya dan lagu. Untuk nantinya, monolog-monolog itulah sebagai cara ia membangun komunikasi dengan teman sebayanya. The Conversational Context. The child can also introduce or change the topic of discussion, although he or she is limited in the choice of topics available within mother-child conversation. A child learns to maintain a conversational flow and to take the listener's perspective. Initiating behavior include introduction of a new topic, referrals to a previous one for the purpose of shifting the topic, and deliberate invitation for the partner to respond, such as a question. Conversational turn-taking between mothers and their 2 to 2.5-year-old children is very smooth. In other words, a central monitoring mechanism in the brain receives input from both the produced language and the internal representation. Between age 2 and 3, a child gains a limited ability to maintain coherent topics. By the age 3.5, about 3/4 of a child's utterances are on the established topic. Topics may last through more turns when children are enacting familiar scenarios or engaging in socio-dramatic play, describing a physically present object or an ongoing event and problem solving. Selanjutnya, anak akan belajar mempertahankan alur percakapan dan mulai mengambil perspektif pendengarnya. Perilaku inisiasi termasuk pengenalan topik baru, referensi topik sebelumnya, dan memancing lawan berbicara agar merespon, seperti pertanyaan. Antara usia 2 hingga 2,5 tahun, mekanisme pemantauan pusat di otak menerima rangsangan dari bahasa yang dihasilkan dan representasi internal. Antara usia 2 hingga 3 tahun, anak memperoleh kemampuan yang masih terbatas untuk mempertahankan topik yang koheren. Hal ini karena anak mulai memerankan skenario yang sudah dikenalnya dan menggambarkan objek atau peristiwa yang sedang berlangsung serta pemecahan masalah. The representational category is dominated by the statement function, which gradually increases to 50% of all representational utterances and roughly 20% of all utterances by the age of 5. The earlier dominance of naming in toddler language are no longer exist, and these utterances, as might be expected, account for every few representational utterances by the age of 5. Other representational functions used by at least 90% of 5-year-olds include content questions. Procedural functions used by at least 90% of 5-year-olds include call, contingent query, and elicited repetition, in which a child repeats the speaker's utterance with a rising intonation. Finally, the social and tutorial functions together account for less than 4% of the child utterances at the age of 5. Pada usia 5 tahun, kemampuan berbahasa anak didominasi oleh fungsi pertanyaan yang meningkat menjadi 50%. Fungsi prosedural seperti panggilan, beberapa permintaan sekaligus, dan pengulangan meningkat setidaknya 90%. Fungsi sosial dan pembinaan bersama menyumbang kurang dari 4% kemampuan berbahasa anak pada usia 5 tahun.